If you love Instagram and Instagram is a huge part of your business, then you're definitely going to want to include it onto your website. Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Sparks, and today I'm going to show you how to add an Instagram feed to your WordPress website. And stick around to the end where I'll share a few little tips that will help your Instagram feed blending better with your website too. So if I head over to WordPress, and then down to plugins and add new. And the plugin that I like to use for this is called Smash Balloon. And this is it here, Smash Balloon Social Photo Feed. And click on install there. And then activate. And there we go, we can see that it's activated. Then all I need to do is go to settings and then click this button here to an Instagram account. And it asks you what kind of profile you've got, if you've got a personal or a business Instagram profile. And if you're not sure, you can click I'm not sure there. So I'm just going to keep it on personal, click on connect, and it's going off and logging into Instagram for me. And here it is just confirming that I want to give them access to my Instagram account. So say allow to that. And then connect this account. And simple as that, my account is connected there. Now we've got a few different options here, so we can go up to customize and you can choose different options. So how wide do you want your feed? Do you want it to fill up 100% of the space that it's in? And you can change that there. You can also set the height, so how tall you want it to be. If you upgrade to professional, which you don't need to, but if you do, you get different options for layout. So you could have a grid with some text underneath, a carousel, a masonry feed. So that would be like Pinterest, where you have all the different sizes that all filter through. So if you post different sizes, some are square, some are oblong, then that will work really well. And the highlight is the same as the masonry, but doesn't have the text underneath. You can choose how many photos you want to show initially, and the number of columns and the amount of padding. So what I'm going to do is just add it to a page first of all, so we can see how it looks, and then we can change these settings. So if I click on display your feed here, then there is some tags that I can use. So the first one is just literally the basic shortcode. So here, Instagram feed. So if I copy all of that, including the square brackets, and then underneath here, there are lots of different options that you can use, but I'm just going to keep it simple and just use the basic Instagram dash feed for now. And then because I'm using Elementor, if I come to my pages and go to a page that I've already got, so let's edit this one. So this is a demo site that I set up in another video. So down here at the bottom, I could add my Instagram widget. So all I need to do over here is search for shortcode. And you can use this method for any plugin that has a shortcode. So if you install a plugin and you're wondering how to get it to show on your website and there's a shortcode, you can use this. So just drag that into a new section. Then click on it and paste my shortcode in there. So you can see I've got my square brackets and it says Instagram feed. If I say apply there, preview that, then you can see my Instagram feed here. Now, this is a lot of images, so you probably don't want to show this many. I like to just show a line, but it depends what you're looking for. So if you were like an Instagram influencer, then maybe you would want to show all of these images. Maybe you'd have just this on a page. So there's lots of different options that you can use. If I go to one of my clients, Flower Owner, and Rona's an Instagram expert, so obviously Instagram features quite heavily on her homepage. If I scroll down here, you can see she's got a little section set up with 3 different Instagram accounts. And then if I scroll right to the bottom, there's her Instagram account. You see how she's put it on the bottom and it's a full width, and that is really lovely. And we'll have a look at how I set it up on my website. And now because Instagram is not one of my main focuses, I've put mine on my contact page. So I like the idea that if someone wanted to get in touch with me or wanted to stay in touch or follow me basically, then they'd probably come to my contact page to find that. So I've just put it here underneath my contact. So I've just got say hello on Instagram, and that's my username. You can see it's a link, so I can click through to that. And then I've got my little images here. And can you see how I've only got one line? If I had lots here, then that would be quite confusing. So let's go back to my demo and let's just limit this to, let's do 5 because I like odd numbers. Let's go back to my dashboard, then down to Instagram feed, and then customize. And now instead of 20, I'm going to put 5 there. Save changes to that, and I'm going to put the number of columns to 5 because otherwise I'll have the 5th one on the next line, which is no good. So click save there. And then if I refresh this, then now I have my 5 images there. Now I like the way on Rona's that there was no gap between, so let's go back. And can you see here padding around images? So if I delete that down and click on save changes and then refresh again, now I've got no gap between. And I'm not a massive fan of this here or these buttons underneath, so let's take those off. So I can get rid of show feed header, and that's going to get rid of the top bit. You can choose whether you want to show your bio text or not. Let's click save changes there and have another look. There we go, so the header's gone now, and now I just got to get rid of these buttons. So here we've got load more button, so I don't want the load more and I don't want the follow. Click save changes and then refresh my page. If I wanted it to cover the full width of the screen, then I can come back in here and go to my section. So this is in Elementor. This is the page builder that I absolutely love. And I have a whole video on Elementor. So if you haven't heard of it before, then go and check it out because it's going to make your life so much easier. So I click on the section and here we've got content width is boxed. So that is going to keep all of the content in this section within a box. And if you have that set on all of your sections, then your content is going to be uniform up and down, which is good. But in this particular case, for this section, I want it to go full width. So I can click full width like that. And then here we've got stretch section, and I want to say yes because I want this section to go all the way to the edges of the page. So if I click update now, and come back to the home page, and there we go. There's my Instagram feed, and it's going all across the screen. So now I think it might be nicer to have a few more in here. So let's just go back and change the number of photos to 9 and the number of columns to 9. Refresh. There we go, much smaller and all the way across the screen. Now, this Instagram widget, remember I put that I wanted it to be 100%. Now that is 100% of the space it's in. So if I wanted to have a 2-section area all about Instagram, then I can just drag this into that side there, get rid of that one, and then maybe on this side, let's add a heading and a little bit of text. I'll just copy the styling on that one. So right clicked, copy style, and then paste style. However, it needs to be left aligned. And let's change that to follow me on Instagram. And then if I update that, now it's just showing to the right here. Can you see it? So I think it'd be nicer to have a couple of lines here. So come back to the settings, and so let's change the number of photos to 6, and we're going to keep the number of columns to 3. So I'll have 2 rows of 6. Let's refresh that. Okay, that looks nice, but it'd be lovely if this text was in the middle of this. So let's just come back over here to my home page, click on the columns. So you see the little edit column icon there. Click on that, and then vertical align middle. And now that is going to vertically align everything within this column into the middle of the space. So I click update there. And there we go. I've just shown you 2 different ways that you can display your Instagram feed. I hope that's been super useful. Now, one thing you might have noticed about this is if this was my website, so let's go back up to the top. So this is a website that I created in a previous video, and you can see it's very brown. It's got this quite unique font. And if I scroll down, when you see my feed, it's like, oh, that doesn't really match. So a few little tips. And the first is to make sure that your feed matches your branding. So if this was my branding and I was using these browns and blacks, then I should have a similar palette within my Instagram feed so it matches well. And the same with the fonts. So these are my brand fonts. They don't work with the fonts for this brand. Whereas if I go back to my own page, you can see I've got my font there, I've got my font there. It all ties in together. We've got the same colours. I'm wearing green. I've got the pink here from my logo, and then I've got the pink in the image that I've shown. And everything is light and bright, whereas on this page it was probably going to be slightly darker. If we scroll up and look at the pictures that I've used, you can see they've got sort of browny tones to them and a bit more city, a bit more corporate, a bit more office. So that is the style that I would use on their Instagram. And then as you scroll down, then this would just flow really nicely into the rest of the page. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have, then please drop me a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.